What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stephanie, and I'm back again on your screens with another video. You already know what this video is about, so before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, hit the notification icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. Let's go. So I'm gonna start off by kneading my fondant to get it real smooth and soft. Then I'm gonna add my base color. This is Autumn Leaf. This is gonna be the base color for my skin. Always remember to start light and then keep adding on to get the perfect shade you want. So yeah, the gloves were just not working for me. It was just sticking to the fondant. So you keep on kneading the fondant until the color is even throughout. So now that I got a base color covered, I'm gonna go in with a brown color. This is the only color I could find, and it's liquid, and it's gonna take a whole lot of it to get the skin color I want. So yeah, compared to the gel colors, this is gonna be a tough one. Liquid colors are tough to work with. You're gonna need the fondant and the color to get it even throughout. I still wasn't getting the color I wanted, so I devised a plan to add cocoa powder, and it worked for me great to get that rich African melanin skin. The cocoa powder worked perfectly and the color started popping. Look at that beautiful color, very rich and melanated. I saved a lighter shade of the brown, and you're gonna find out why I saved that. So I'm gonna put that aside right now and concentrate on the main event. So to get the shaft of the pennies, I'm gonna roll the fondant into a long sausage and make sure it is smooth. Once the sausage is rolled out into the perfect size you want, you're gonna measure out the pennies, how long you want it to be. Because I'm gonna add the testicles to the whole shaft, I measured a good 8 inches to work with. So I'm gonna start off by molding out the testicles from the shaft. So yeah. So you're gonna add on a few more layers of the fondant to the testicles to make it a little rounded and bossy, to make it look real, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna mark out where the neck of the penis is gonna be and mold it out. Alright, so it's time to define the neck. So my goal was to get this as realistic as possible, so I kept on curving the penis to give it that realistic look. And yeah, so to outline the veins on the penis, I had to pinch my way throughout the fondant. So I pinched my way to create a little heap on the shaft and then smoothing it out, and the veins started popping. So this is just the outline of the veins on the penis. Look at that, it's looking real already. I'm also going to define the external urethral orifice. That's the opening at the tip of the penis. Okay, so I'm going to define the vein small by smoothing it out with some water and a brush, and also my fingers. So yeah, I'm just bringing out the details of the shaft. This brought back a whole lot of memories growing up and playing with clay. So yeah, this is basically like, you know, working with clay. Looking at the penis right now, the tip, it doesn't look real at all. So I added on a few layers of the fondants to give it that hood, the gland of the penis, to give it that cap, to make it look real. And I went ahead to define the tip of the penis well. I'm gonna go ahead and define the veins. So I'm rolling out pieces of fondant and then sticking it onto the outline of the veins I made by just adding water and yeah, pasting it on the water and then smoothing it out. I must say, I'm just going with the flow here. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going with my guts. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. Okay, so look at that detail. Look at that. So I'm gonna set this aside and continue with the whole, the next phase of the whole project. So yeah, I'm gonna roll out the lighter shade of fondant and put it into 5 pieces, to serve as the 5 fingers, and I'm gonna start rolling it out. So for the fingers, I'm gonna roll it out into mini sausages, and yeah. To get the precise, length of the fingers, I'm gonna measure it out with my finger. Yes. Just to have a fair idea of where I'm gonna cut off. I'm gonna keep rolling out all 5 fingers and blah 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 blah. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. Alright, so once the fingers are done, I'm gonna create the definitions on the fingers by creating those lines. Yes, to make it look real. Goal is to make it look real. So to make the nail bed for the fingers, I'm going to use an artificial nail I had lying around to create, the nail bed at the tip of the fingers. So I'm just going to press it on there, and it's going to create the bed. Because the fingers are going to be grabbed onto the pennies, I had to dry them on a roller to give it that grab look. So I chose the color yellow for the nails because I thought the color complemented the skin tone for both the pennies and the fingers. So I'm going to roll it out and cut 5 stripes for 5 fingers, obviously, and I'm going to shape it out to fit the fingers. So to paste the nail, I'm going to use a little bit of water and paste the fondant and leave it to dry. And I'm going to do the same for all 5 fingers. Just to make the nails look extra, I added on some gold flakes, to give it that whole bougie look. I don't know if you guys can notice the rings on the fingers. I did that off camera, my phone went off. So I used gauge wires to make the rings. Yeah, I'm gonna add on black stripes just to make the nails pop. I'm gonna arrange the fingers in the position they should be around the pennies and set it aside to dry. Look at that. So this is the final look on the cake, and it's looking so beautiful. I added sperms to the pennies. I used royal icing to make the sperms, and this came out really, really good.
It's all for you. All for you.
Speak up to me.
To hold,
To hold
and to have,
and to have
all day, all long.
all day, all.